Welcome to Al Stocks. In this video, we're going to be talking about Exxon Mobil, and I'm going to be giving you a price target. See, the problem when talking about oil is you have to talk about politics. So if I offend anyone, I'm really sorry, but you really got to understand the geopolitics in order to make a calculative decision on whether you should buy or sell oil stocks. You see, there's an organization called OPEC. It involves 13 countries. The top ones are Iraq, Iran, Venezuela, and Saudi Arabia. They control approximately 40% of the crude oil production. In fact, what people don't understand is they think of like Amazon, Facebook, Google as these top companies. But what they don't understand, there's a Saudi oil field company ranked up at the top 4 that's right under Google and above Amazon in the $1 trillion region. So we have to understand that these individuals essentially control the oil markets. And I hate to take a slam at the Biden administration, but right now we do not have great infrastructure for electric vehicle charging stations. A lot of folks in the Biden administration have said that they would love to bankrupt oil. Just like we tell our young offspring, before you run, you have to walk, and before you walk, you have to crawl. The problem is, right now, if we were to bankrupt all of the US production of oil, what is the substitution? Do we have anything to lean back on? The answer is no, not at this time point. But the problem is you can't go into something without calculating and understanding the pros and cons. And I hate to say this, but it's very repetitive of this administration to do things like this because history repeats itself. Just like the Afghanistan withdrawal. It was very logical to withdraw your citizens first and your embassy, most likely before withdrawing the military. But we all know how that played out. So I believe the same thing is going to happen with these oil stocks. We're already seeing it with the US begging OPEC to increase production, essentially increasing the supply so the price drops. But they're not doing that. Why? Because they lost a lot of money in 2020. It was around almost $0 to $30 a barrel. In fact, one of the Saudi oil ministers says global production could plunge 30% this decade. So they're already pricing in that the United States is advancing into the EV movement and green energy, that they are going to make so much money, but it's going to lead to a lot of suffering. So I hate to make this video because that's what I'm betting on. So, it's very difficult, but when you're an investor, you can't follow the masses. You have to think for yourself. So each barrel of crude oil is hovering around $70 right now. I believe in the next couple of years, it is going to hit over $100 a barrel. In fact, we might even see $150. The problem that we have right now is a lot of American oil field companies like Exxon Mobil, Chevron, they're scared of ramping up production, so they're slowing it down, which is making us more dependent on oil from foreign countries. Once we get these boosters and once we get a new vaccine for this Omicron variant and Pfizer with their 90% provable tablets that we can take, all these coronavirus fears are going to start decreasing where you just get your annual COVID-19 vaccine. But the problem here exists that the country is going to start opening again. And then we are going to feel the pinch. Oil and gas is going to be so expensive. It doesn't help that President Biden closed down the Keystone pipeline. So there's a lot of issues going against oil right now. But I believe oil is going to surge in price. Surge like we have never seen before. And unfortunately, the Biden administration is going to feel the heat. So to calculate the Exxon Mobil intrinsic value, I used the book value growth for the past 10 years, which I found it to be 3.13. Then I inserted it in my DCF calculator that goes 10 years into the future, discounting back at a 10-15% discount rate using a 4% perpetuity model dividing by the number of outstanding shares, yielding me a bull case of $92.31. Now, the other part about the Exxon Mobil stock, just like all other oil stocks, is that they issue a dividend of 88 cents per share. Now, if you want access to this calculator, there's going to be a link down below. Now, for my price target array, my bull case, as I stated, was $92.31. My base case is $65.54, and my bear case is $50.90 with a 5-star rating. My price target on Exxon Mobil is $80. And if you want access to all my other price targets, there's going to be a link down below. So as you can see, I'm heavily bullish on Exxon Mobil. Now, do I believe Exxon Mobil is going to surpass my $80 price target? Of course. But I would like to know more quarterly earnings report as I keep extending 10 years into the future every 3 months and try to ascertain what that value is in the future by discounting back 10 to 15% to find if the stock is over or undervalued. So stick around if you made it this far. Consider liking, subscribing, and turning on all notifications. That's all I have for you today, folks. I'll see you on the next one.